Alright guys, welcome back. And it hasn't even been 2 weeks since the election yet, and boy oh boy, this has been way more fun than any of us probably thought it would be. To be fair, we all probably anticipated the reaction, the insanity that we saw from a lot of these Hollywood shills and celebrities and these complete lunatics that exist, again in their own little bubble, thinking that the entire world is like one smaller, one larger version of California, like Hollywood. And when slapped in the face with the reality that most of us who are just surviving day to day in this world that's gone completely insane don't want to put up with this any longer, it completely melted these people's brains. So now we're seeing people like Eva Longoria saying that she doesn't want to live in the US and says that most Americans aren't so lucky. Well, yeah, we can't just pick up our shit and go, lady. Come on. Says they are stuck in this dystopian country and my anxiety and sadness is for them. So this woman who's probably filthy rich feels so sorry for all the poor Americans that she has to leave behind because the person she voted for didn't win, and now she's gonna go cry and scream and whine and take her family and leave apparently. So this is just how these people are. These entitled Hollywood leftist weirdo celebrities think that they actually matter. And at this point now, nobody cares. We're all over it. We're all done. Nobody gives two craps about any of these people. And to be honest, we could probably never have another Hollywood film, another blockbuster movie in my entire life, and I would be thrilled because we have enough movies, enough video games to play for the rest of time. But of course, these people think that they are God's gift to entertainment. So, that being said, we got to talk about Rachel Zegler. Before we get into that, make sure you go check out Meta PCs. They do have their Black November deal going on, so they're not just doing Black Friday, they're doing Black November. The whole month, they've got a PC mystery box. They've got savings on custom builds, saving on shipping costs, as well as you can save up to $320 on ready-to-ship systems. So go check them out, guys. They've been massive supporters of the channel for a long time now. So Rachel Zegler, this is a fun one. The Snow White actress had posted a profane anti-Trump rant on Instagram a few days ago, said that his supporters should never know peace. Now, I actually tweeted about this and I said, look, here's the deal. I don't care if you voted for Trump or Kamala or anybody. I don't care if you voted for freaking RFK or Bernie Sanders. I don't want anybody to, unless they're genuinely terrible people, to not ever know peace. I would like that after the election's over, every one of us can just, kind of go back to living our normal lives, interacting friendly, cordially on a daily basis, and just leaving it at that. But again, she wrote, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred leading us towards a world I do not want to live in. Leading us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leading us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want, leading us towards a world that is fearful. The actress said she is here with you to cry, to yell, to hug." Of course, unless you voted for Trump, right? She said, "There's no help, no counsel in any of them. I could go on. I feel sad. You probably do too. F this. Get off Elon's app now, by the way. The F are you doing? F Donald Trump," is how she concluded it. So again, this is the same spoiled brat who thinks that she is God's gift to acting, that decided to, during the Actors Guild strike, she was standing up there saying, "I'm going to get paid for every hour, every minute that I'm standing wearing this iconic dress." And then, of course, also made comments about how essentially her male co-star in the remake of the Snow White, the live action, he could get yeeted from the script and it'd be like, well, that's Hollywood, baby. That's the way things go. So things are not looking too good for her. This is a movie that has been mired in delays and reshoots. Allegedly, the budget for this film has gotten completely out of control. And just the last couple days, there's been some very interesting developments from within Disney regarding this movie. So that Park Place talked about, I believe this is an article from yesterday, earlier this morning, I think. Rachel Zegler's Snow White reboot snubbed and ignored by Bob Iger during Disney's Q4 earnings call. The long and the short of it, I'll just summarize this for you. It said that Bob Iger apparently during this call didn't make any mention of this movie to try to appease the investors. The quote here says, "Looking to 2025, we have an extremely positive content slate, including Captain America: Brave New World," which that one's a loaded statement given the fact that that movie's going to be a complete and utter colossal, miserable failure. Lilo and Stitch, which probably won't be very good either. Fantastic Four, Zootopia 2, and Avatar: Fire and Ash. Oh boy, not a good slate. This was the second earnings call in a row where Iger failed to mention the Zegler-led project and comes just 4 days, not 4 days, just comes days after the outspoken star made a spectacle of herself on social media. In a series of Instagram posts, she appeared to wish harm or misfortune upon President-elect Donald Trump. Yeah, we already covered that. So again, we also see Mark Hamill, Mark Ruffalo, Whoopi Goldberg, Bette Midler, all these other people chiming in. And the craziest part is people have pointed out that Gina Carano got fired for a non-offensive tweet saying we shouldn't vilify our neighbors the way we've been doing because of COVID restrictions, and she got fired by Disney pretty much on the spot. Rachel Zegler has been nothing but a complete obnoxious brat, saying the most horrible shit, even doing the whole Free Palestine thing, despite the fact that her co-star in this movie is Jewish, which I find hilarious, and she's somehow gotten away with it. Of course, we are also now seeing, this was just announced today, that Comcast, Disney, and IBM are among the advertisers that are now returning to Twitter/X after the ad freeze. So if some of you recall, earlier on this year, when Twitter, kind of started its transition to be the Elon Musk version of it now, the X platform, and I've got plenty of complaints about Twitter, don't get me wrong, there's a ton of shit that needs to get cleaned up on that app. A lot of these big advertisers decided to pull their ad spending because they couldn't support this app any longer. Well, now after this earnings call, with everything else going on, with Disney making one stinker after another, now we see a freaking Disney coming back to Twitter. This is insane, right? On top of the fact that they're having their earnings call, not addressing the entire situation with Snow White. So what do you think that this prompted Disney to do as far as in terms of dealing with Rachel Zegler? Well, from Steph Annie, the one that actually found the original Instagram post where she went to be off like an unhinged lunatic, she says Rachel Zegler has now apologized for lashing out at Trump supporters. The Snow White trailer is about to drop this month and Disney is doing damage control. So you can see from Instagram here, Rachel Zegler actually went out and said, "Hi everyone, I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me." Boy, that's not the first time this idiot's ever let that happen to her. "Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding, and I am sorry I contributed to the negative discourse." No, you're not. You're sorry you got in trouble. "This week has been emotional for many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. I am committed to contributing positively toward a better tomorrow." Get stuffed, lady. Holy crap. Desparu says you can apologize when you make a mistake. She has done this in all of her roles. She's been saying this kind of stuff, antagonizing fan bases for years. At this point, it's not a mistake. It's a personality trait. You mean it, so there's no point in apologizing. And I think that that's it in a nutshell. And unfortunately, people like Rachel Zegler, she thinks that all she has to do is the standard PR media BS, issue some crazy apology, some statement saying, "Oh, I was just so upset and deranged emotionally and I just couldn't deal with it anymore because Trump this and that." This is not the way the real world works, guys. That's just the reality. People see right through this crap. They know that her and her Hollywood buddies hate all of our guts. Whether you voted for Trump or not, they still hate you because you're never going to be like them. That's why all this Diddy stuff behind the scenes has been so insane, because they live, the politicians, celebrities, singers, actors, even athletes to a degree, they all live in a different world. We do not exist on the same plane of existence practically with these people because of their mentality of where they are and where we are. We are so far beneath them. And so this is why Rachel Zegler thinks that she can say this kind of crap with zero consequence. But this has been fascinating to watch. I was going to cover this last night, ran out of time. I've been really tired trying to get videos on either of my two channels. And this was something that I was, like I said, going to make a video about. And then I saw this today and I'm like, holy shit, that was a fast turnaround. So let me know what you think about this, guys. This is fantastic. I found this hilarious. I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have two channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.